When you pay into a pension scheme your entire life, you expect to get paid when you retire.
We have registered our grievances.
Yes.
The whole world is aware of what is happening today.
Yes.
Across Nigeria, many elderly people are being denied their state pensions for bizarre reasons.
So your name here is on this list, sir, that says that you are dead. That's the list.
I'm not dead, madam.
I can see that you're alive.
They're expected to pay officials to initiate their pensions, while others are raking it in.
4, 5.
It's entitled to 4 cars, replaceable every 4 years. 1 man.
I'm Yemisi Adegoke, and I want to find out why some of our elders are having to fight for what is legally theirs. Every year in Nigeria, thousands of nurses, teachers and other government workers retire, expecting to swap their salary for a pension to support them in old age. Margaret Akpet was a healthcare worker for 27 years and paid into the pension plan. When she retired last year, August, her pension payments never came through.
Life is no money, no nothing, and I cannot do anything. I cannot take care of my family. My aged mother is there. I cannot take care of her.
When she reached out to the pension office, she was told to pay money to get her papers moving, which she did, but nothing happened.
So I am just like that, stranded.
Her son, Obaji, who has been supporting her financially, agreed to secretly film any further interactions he had with the pensions office on her behalf. He arranged a meeting with an official called Angela Etta. She described their meeting as a visit to a temple, and she wanted an offering.
Then they call this place shrine. You know, say when you go to shrine, you must drop something.
No one actually uses the word bribe, but it seems that payment is expected. Payment to a government worker whose job it is to pay out pensions.
Okay, let me see what I have here.
Obaji does what he's expected to do.
4, 5. Okay. For the shrine.
All right. Thank you very much. You've done well.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
We've heard similar stories of pension corruption at all levels and across Nigeria. And in fact, in 2019, 400 billion naira was owed to pensioners across the country.
When you retire, it's like you are in hellfire. You are no more a human being again.
We then heard of another way retirees are being denied their money. I'm on my way to meet a man who's dead, according to the state.
You need to be screened to confirm that you are alive, you are not dead. We said, okay, we are ready.
When Ogar Gabriel retired from teaching in 2000, he received his pension regularly until 2020 when it suddenly stopped. Cross River State had decided Mr. Gabriel, like over 1,000 other people in the state, either didn't exist or was dead.
I, Franca, Agbede Eniton Enoch.
To get his pension, he'd have to convince the Auditor General, Mrs. Franca Enoch, seen here at her inauguration, that he was alive.
Seeing me physically present before you is more than sufficient proof that this person is alive, is not dead. A dead man cannot be talking to you like that.
Another reason he was confident it would be easy to prove he was alive was because he'd known the Auditor General since she was a little girl.
I called her name, but Franca Ode. Remember, I am the one before you. Your own elder brother, your uncle used to call me uncle.
According to him, the Auditor General was furious that he had tried to use a personal relationship to advance his case, and she demanded an apology before reconsidering his application. We heard stories like this over and over again from all across the state. Pensioners, old, sick and out of money, waiting for the Auditor General. Eventually, they had enough, and on the 3rd of November 2020, they started a protest.
Old people, some paralyzed, some cannot even talk like I am talking. Some cannot move at all.
So where does this issue originate? Fake or ghost pensioners are a real problem in Nigeria, and the adding of fictitious names to the payroll is one of the ways that money is stolen from government funds. Sometimes there are more fake pensioners than real ones.
A state that cannot have more than 3,000-4,000 pensioners have 10,000.
Jerry Uwa is a finance and business journalist familiar with the problem of pension fraud, but he doesn't think the culprits are ordinary people like Mr. Oga.
Somebody will add names of non-existent pensioners. They will pay those ghost pensioners immediately, and the money goes into their pockets. It's not something that a clerk can do, because it will be discovered. It's right up there.
When trying to eliminate ghost pensioners, it shouldn't take weeks, months or years to work out who is alive and who isn't.
I'm in Okele, which is a community in Yala, where last October this list was published with over 300 names of people declared dead, and as a result their pension payments stopped.
99% of the persons there are still alive.
A local community leader takes me to meet some of those on the list of dead people.
Ladies.
Good afternoon, Mr. Cletus. So your name here is on this list, sir, that says that you are dead. That's the list.
I'm not dead, madam.
I can see that you're alive. So this is your national ID card. And this is your name on this list of people that are supposedly dead. Here's your ID confirming you are who you say you are.
Mr. Cletus stopped getting his pension in June last year.
They have not paid me anything.
So how have you been surviving?
But I'm managing with my dad, my small farm. My children, they were in school. Now I've stopped them because I have no money.
He has been to the pensions office in Calabar 5 times. It's about a day's journey and he has nowhere to stay the night when he goes, so he sleeps outside.
Captain, it's a pleasure.
Good evening. I can see that your name is here on this list of
Yes,
ghosts. It says that you're a ghost pensioner, but here you are, alive.
Yes.
ID card, your voter's card.
She shows us her voter's card and it appears to be the same woman who is alive and standing in front of me.
My bank statement.
But it's been nearly 2 years since she last received her pension. While some pensioners are struggling to get the money they're owed, there is a group of Nigerians who can expect a bit more from retirement. Politicians. Because Nigeria is run on a federal system, each state gets to decide a lot of its own laws, which is handy if you run the state.
No to political life pension.
Like Lagos State, the governor is entitled to 2 houses, one in Lagos, one in Abuja, in a location of his choice. That's what the law says. Then he's entitled to 300% of his basic as pension. He's entitled to 4 cars, replaceable every 4 years. 1 man. And that same state that is doing so much for 1 man is owing thousands of pensioners 3 years of pension that has not been paid.
Back in Calabar, where we started our investigation, Mrs. Akpet, Mr. Gabriel and Mrs. Mburo are finally receiving their pensions. The sudden change in their status is unexplained, though not all have been paid the thousands and thousands of naira they lost due to their pensions being illegitimately withheld for so many months. Efika Cletus still has not been paid any of his pension and has no idea when or if he ever will. Despite years of promises of change from the very top, we found the pension system still hampered by incompetence and corruption,